Hey guys, what's up? It's ironZinc or Felix here, and welcome to another episode of Redstone and Command Blocks, Programming in Minecraft. In this episode, we're going to be taking a look at the basic command blocks, and just like getting to know them, and also 3 basic commands.
Okay, let's start from the basics, shall we? So if you don't know what commands are, basically they are sort of like, I guess, code in Minecraft, where you can alter the world around you. You can you can do concrete stuff with them, like place blocks, kill things, spawn things, or you can do very abstract stuff with them. For example, scoreboards. That's pretty abstract, but we'll get on to that one later. Anyways, there are 2 places that you can execute commands in. The first place is in chat. So if you don't know what chat is, it's basically a place where you can, like, in a multiplayer world, you can say something. For example, I can say hi, and it will say my name, which is ironZinc, said hi. And you might ask, how do I execute commands? For example, if I try to execute a very, very simple command, game mode, basically changes my game mode. It will say I said game mode, but that's not what I want. I don't want to say game mode. I want to actually execute the command that changes my game mode. And the way to do that is very simple. Just do it with a slash, like a backslash. The thing beneath the question mark on the standard keyboard. A backslash. So we start, not this thing. Oops. Not this thing. The backslash. You can see their like difference. So the backslash, okay? This thing. So basically, we start with that, and then we write the command. That's how chat knows that we're asking it to execute a command, not say something. So, for example, wait a second, there we go. So, for example, I can change my game mode to game mode 2, which is adventure mode. And I can't break anything, which is what adventure mode does. And I can change it back as well. So, that sort of brings us to the first basic command that we're going to go over, game mode. Just changes your game mode. And it has everything to do with you. Okay. Now, you might be saying, what if we wanted to change someone else's game mode? Not, like, my game mode. Then, here's, like, the cool thing. For these commands, we always need a keyword. So if I do this, then we can see, like, there are a lot of commands. In multiplayer worlds, there are, like, much more commands. Well, okay. Not much more, but like there are more commands. Anyways, there are a lot of commands, and we'll be going over each of them. Well, simple ones, we're probably going to go over like 3 in a video. For more complicated ones, we might take 2 videos just studying one command. Anyways, in these places, like these commands, you can see, for example, terror, default game mode, message, MSG. These are keywords. There are words that tells, like the chat in this case, or the command block, what command that you want to execute. So if I just, for example, the full command is game mode 1 and then a name. In this case, it's my name. So it will change me to creative mode. And it will change only me to creative mode because I'm the only guy with that name. And if we want to change like someone else's, then we have to declare an object. Here, what I did, like by typing my name, I already declared an object. But in this case, my object is myself. Yeah. Because I'm the one executing this command, right? I'm executing it in my chat, which means I'm the one executing this command. So it knows the default object is me. Now, if I'm actually in a multiplayer world, I will be able to, well, type someone else's name in here and then change their game mode. So yeah, an object is also very important. It's not, like, you don't have to have it when you're executing it in chat. But what if we're executing it in a command block? So if we type game mode 1, and then we give it a redstone signal, nothing happens. Well, actually, I'm already in game mode 1, so if it actually, like, will change me, it will, like, actually say in my chat, your game mode has been updated to, like, what? So let's actually, yeah, there we go. Now, I'm not changed to game mode 2, right? Nothing happened. So it says you must specify which player you wish to perform this action on. So basically, I need to tell the command block what player I want this to happen on. So I type my name. Oops. And there we go. My game mode has been updated to adventure mode. and I can't click into command blocks in adventure mode. So I'll do it in chat. There we go. So again, an object is very important, and even when I'm executing commands in chat, I prefer to declare an object, but like in chat, you don't have to. Okay, so we'll leave the other two commands after I finish the basic introduction of command blocks. So as you can see, there are 3 types of command blocks, and I have them all in my hotbar right here. So the first thing that you will try to do when you see this, and the first thing that I tried to do when I saw like command blocks, is I actually tried to go into my inventory and search command, and nothing popped up. And I actually went into each of these tabs in search of command blocks, but I didn't find command blocks in any of them. Well, you can't actually find it in the creative inventory. Like, you just can't find it, right? So it's not in there, but it is an object in the game that you can actually get. So the way you get that is by using another command, basically. That leads us to the second command of the day. It's called give. Basically, what it does is that it gives a certain player something. So I can give myself anything. Let me just type my name there. So give the object, this time the object comes second, give the object, for example, cooked beef. Beef. There we go. I got a piece of steak. So you can just give yourself things. And, So basically, you can just give yourself things. It's pretty cool. Anyways, now you might say, can't we use this give command to give us things that is not obtainable in, for example, survival Minecraft? Like command blocks, So, very simple. Give your name and command blocks. So, the way we give ourselves things is when typing these, okay? If it's 2-word, command _ block. Not command blocks. If I execute this, it'll say like there is no such item. But if I type command block, it will actually give me a default command block, which is like this. It's got a command block. So yeah, that's how you give yourself command blocks. But then you might ask, how do we get these command blocks, like in our inventory? So I'm gonna show you that a sec later. But before that, I'm gonna show you something that's pretty cool in my mind. How to get a dragon egg without going to the end at all using the give command. Well, you probably already have an idea. Give your name, dragon egg. I think it's called dragon egg. Yep, there we go. I got a dragon egg. And now I can place it here, make it teleport, break it. It's a cool thing. Anyways, so that is how to get the basic command block, the impulse command block, as it's called. So now I'll show you how to get the chain and the repeat. It's called repeating, but I prefer to call it repeat. So let's just throw these into the void. There we go. Now let's put on the chain, a impulse command block, the default one. So before you ask, what do all these command blocks do? I'm first going to show you how to get them, and then I'll tell you what they do. Yeah, so now, you see on the screen, right here, it says impulse. If we click it, it will change it. So chain, and then we click done. It changes color as well. So if you don't know, if you middle mouse button click on a block, you will get that block. If you're in creative, if you're in survival, it will nothing will happen. If you already have that block in your inventory, for example, I've got the stone here, and I middle mouse button click on the stone, it'll just switch to my stone slot. But if I middle mouse button click on this cobblestone, I will get it. This only works in creative, of course, since, yeah, if it works in survival, it's called cheating. Anyways, just middle mouse button click on this command block, and we get a chain command block. Do the same thing to repeat. Oh yeah, and yeah. So the thing is about chain command blocks, I suggest changing the setting to always active. In some versions, by default it's always active. In others, it's not. So for example, in the 1.9 snapshots, it's not. So I suggest changing that to always active. You'll see why in a sec. Okay. Now, same thing, we just middle mouse button click, and there we go. We got all 3 command blocks. So now let me actually introduce you to what these do. The impulse command block, very simple. It just executes a command, the way you do it in chat. So if I say, that brings us to the 3rd command of the day, say. Say basically just tells the command block to say something. For example, say hi. Not who, hi. So I can tell it to say hi. Boop, there we go, it said hi. It said hi again. It said hi a 3rd time because I pressed the button 3 times. So, yeah. Basically, this is what the impulse command block does. It just says things. Well, okay, it can't execute every single command in the game, but it executes them once. And unless you give them another redstone signal, it will only execute it once. So yeah, that is sometimes quite annoying. What if, for example, I don't want myself to move? Actually, I'll save that command for next time. So what if I want to spam someone's chat? So what if I want like a thing to keep saying hi? Wait, huh? Oh yeah, if I execute it in chat, it actually says I said it. But the difference is this time it's inside square brackets, not inside, well, these things. So yeah, if I do say hi here, and then give it a redstone signal, as long as it has a redstone signal, the repeating command block will just keep executing the command at 40 times a second, 40 times a second. So if I give it a redstone signal, it'll spam until my redstone signal stops. Then it will not spam. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, actually, I'm not quite sure about the number, okay? I'm not quite sure about 40 times a second. Apparently, I am not exactly correct. Let's actually test this out. So, say, H. There we go. So, it said a lot of H's. Well, actually, it might be correct. I don't know. I'm not that sure about the number, but it just keeps executing it. Okay, so as long as it has a redstone signal, it'll just keep executing it. So, like in this case, I put a lever or a redstone block. Power it on, it'll just keep spamming. If I clear my chat, it'll keep spamming again. By the way, it doesn't stop here, okay? It just spams so quickly that I can't even scroll up to reach it. Okay, cool. So, now this is what the repeating command block does, or the repeat command block. And you can use it to do all sorts of stuff. Now let's take a look at what the chain command block does. So the chain command block, it can only be used with other command blocks. For example, if I use it with a impulse command block, and in the impulse command block, I type say hi, well, say 1. And yeah, so I'll change these to needs redstone. You'll see why in a sec. For demonstration purposes, still I like to have them as always active. Anyways, say 2, say 3, say 4. There we go. If I press this button now, it will only say 1 and 2. And the reason for that is, well, basically the redstone signal, it can spread 1 block. So it'll spread to 2 as well. But then these don't say anything. They are in a chain, but they aren't powered. So that's why we should power these guys. Let me actually go all the way up to 5. Say 4. Say 5. There we go. So now I have it all the way up to 5. It will still say 1 and 2. Now, what if I power on everything all the way up to 3? 1, 2, 3. Now I power on everything up till 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what if I power on 5 but leave 4 alone? Wait a sec. This one's huh? Wait. Oh. Wait a second. Let me actually. Oh, both of these I had say 4 in them. Okay, I mean, go up to 6. That's my bad. Totally my bad. It's actually kind of embarrassing, kind of hilarious. So yeah, if you enjoy liking to see me sort of fail, I guess, still, I would be failing a lot because I also make very stupid mistakes. Anyways, let's power on 1, 2, let's leave 4, power on 5 and 6. It said 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So if it's not powered, it will still pass on the signal, but it just won't execute the command inside of it. So I don't know if it makes sense, but let's actually power on only 2 and 6. 1, 2, 6. So these 3, even though the commands inside them wasn't executed and nothing was said, it still passed on the signal all the way up to 6. So yeah, that's basically chain command blocks. Now, what if we hook chain command blocks up to a repeating command block? Again, I have say 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think all the way up to 6. There we go. So now, currently, everything is unpowered. And if I switch this on, it'll only say 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. If I switch this one on, it'll say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Same thing. It's basically the same thing, but it's just much faster. And still, if we do the same experiment again, 1, 2, 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's actually really cool. Let me just power this whole thing off. So yeah, that's why I would recommend having it to always active unless you want some other special functions. Like sometimes executing some of them while other times not executing. Like, for example, sometimes you may not want to execute this command, in this case say 3, then have it to need redstone. But otherwise, I would recommend having it to always active so that you don't have to power them with redstone, and it makes your job easier. Okay, so basically this is what they do, and now let's actually take a look at this setting. So we know what happens with the always active and the type. What about conditional and unconditional? So if you actually take a look at this is an unconditional command block. This is a conditional command block. Just looking at the texture, they look different, right? Actually, yeah, let me go over here. They look different. They look really different. I don't know if you can see it, but here, it lost 3 buttons. And the shape is also different. So basically, conditional command blocks, they're another very useful addition to the game, I guess. It will make your job easier. Anyways, basically what it does is it sort of sees if the command block in front of it, in a chain, or for example, just you have a lot of command blocks in a row. A lot of times it's used in chains. So in a chain, it sees if the command block in front of it has a success value of 1. Now, probably it'll make no sense to you right now what that means, but basically what it means, all it means is if the command here is successfully executed. Well, you might say, then how can it be not successfully executed? One of the examples of this is, later I'm going to teach you a command called test for, which we see if there is something, in this world. If there's not, the success value will be 0. If there is this sort of thing, the success value will be 1. So basically, if we actually use that command and implement this function, if you found the thing that you're testing for, then the command later would execute. If you didn't find the thing, it will not execute. So for now, that was called success values. But if you don't get anything I just talked about, it's fine. When we actually get to that command, I'm gonna sort of dive deeper into the conditional unconditional function. For now, you just know that if it has a success value of 1, the previous command block, if it has a success value of 1, then this command block, the conditional one, will execute. If it does not, the conditional one will not execute. But just like Redstone, it will always pass on the signal, even if it didn't execute. But yeah, so basically that's for the 3 commands we talked about today, and I believe it is game mode, give, and say. These are probably 3 of the simplest commands in the game.
So guys, that's gonna do it for this video, and I hope you've enjoyed. Goodbye.